Good afternoon. Joined by Trey Avlon. How are you?
I love the energy. I love the energy. Good afternoon. I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Very well. Very well. All the better now that we're sitting down having this chat finally.
Mm-hmm.
It's been long overdue. So I wanted to ask you, and I'm sure the people want to know, what inspired you to start making music?
A lot of things really, but I think the main thing that inspired me was just not having an emotional outlet to express myself.
Mm-hmm.
And music just seemed like the logical thing. It was just the default thing. So yeah, I just kind of fit, and that was it.
Yeah.
Music.
Have you always wanted to make music, even like growing up as a child and stuff?
Nah, that's not what I wanted to. I think when I was little, I wanted to be an assassin, almost like John Wick.
Did you?
Yeah, I actually did. But not
A
now,
better
not
career
now.
path you've chosen.
Exactly.
And you're very good at what you do.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So yeah, I think I didn't really have any aspirations to be like a musician when I was younger. But I think now I'm older. I think music for me is just one like facet of my talents. I think beyond that, I think I love business. I love branding. I love helping others and stuff. So I think beyond music, I see a future for myself. But as of now, rapping just seems to be the vehicle that I'm going to use as to kind of take me there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't always foresee that.
Okay, cool. The Assassin is very, very interesting, actually. and in terms of like making music and stuff, you're 7 EPs in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do apologise. 7 singles,
I wish
2 EPs in.
Yeah.
What's your creative process like?
Man, don't judge me for this, but it always starts with like darkness and solitude.
Okay.
I think the idea of being like alone or with minimal people seems to help like my creative juices to flow. And I love listening to like choir music. It just kind of gets me in the zone. And if I've got like choir music, being alone or with like 1 or 2 other people, and being in like a dimly lit room or a dark room seems to just get me. And if I've got that, I'm good. So that's usually my process. And I don't tend to write music in the studio.
Oh, okay.
I tend to write at home. I don't know why though, but it's just, that's my cave. That's just like my little piece of solace. So I write at home, and I normally take my work to the studio or take it to whatever studio I'll be working at with anyone else. And yeah, as long as I've got those 3 components, darkness, minimal people, and my choir stuff, I'm good.
Okay, cool. And do you ever have a moment like where spontaneously you just come over feeling quite inspired and just, right, everyone's got to go now, I'm ready to start, I want to focus?
Yeah, 100%.
Kicking people out.
People think I'm a diva for it, but yeah, like, of course. I think I'm very respectful of the energy around me. I would let them know, like, look, this is like my time to kind of create, and if you don't mind, they're polite, innit?
If you don't mind.
If you don't mind, just fuck off. But
it's better that than start slamming kitchen and cupboard doors and stuff, I guess.
Exactly. I don't want to start losing my temper. So.
Okay, good,
yeah,
good.
So
yeah, we wouldn't want that. You seem like your energy's really like quite calm, quite relaxed.
I try to.
It's very welcoming. So kicking someone out, I can imagine. It's a polite way, of course. That's so cool. And if you could open for like anybody on the planet on a show, who would you open for?
Man, that's a hard one. I think Wretch being my favourite artist, I probably would say Wretch.
Okay.
And I think it just makes sense. I feel like me and Wretch went to like the same music school, but he was in a couple of years above me.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of feel. So I think naturally, I don't know if it's cheating, but I would say UK-wise Wretch. If it wasn't Wretch, then I think I'd probably say Jay-Z.
Oh, okay, cool.
They would probably be my 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't going to ask you just yet, but being that we just mentioned US artists, if you had to like choose your top 5 dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh man, in any, okay, this isn't really
any genre, across any genre, just your top 5.
US specifically, or
I mean, doesn't necessarily have to be, but Jay-Z sparked the question.
Kano, Jay-Z, Fabulous.
Okay.
And I'd say myself.
Yeah.
But I think I'd put myself in there because I don't think there is no other artist that can articulate and resonate with me the way that I resonate with myself. That makes any sense?
Of course it does, yeah.
And yeah, I think the 4 above me would be like my biggest inspirations musically. So yeah. I'll say those 4.
That's really cool. Do you sing in the shower? Rap in the shower?
I like to think I can sing. Nah, so I kind of use like the shower as almost like my thinking space.
Okay.
'Cause it's just away from everyone, and I think
Sound must project fantastically in there as well, actually.
yeah, well, I live in a little flat, so it's not like amazing, but yeah, I think I use it just to meditate, just use it to just think,
Yeah.
and I don't know, there's something like therapeutic about like the water, just kind of, you know what I mean? So
Cleansing kind of thing.
yeah, I don't know, like I'm in a little spa or something, but yeah, it's nice. So I use it to think more than rap and sing, but occasionally I might hit a note or so. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
you might hear that on the new music.
Maybe, hopefully. So, I mean, you mentioned that you would have been an assassin when you were a kid, but if you weren't doing music now as the man that you are today, what do you think you'd be doing career-wise?
I'll probably have a business in helping other people start businesses, or
That's really
have
nice.
a business in like building brands. I just like building things. So and I think branding is something I'm very passionate about. So helping others build a brand or tell their story visually is something that I think I would be doing if I wasn't doing music.
Okay, cool. Obviously with branding, the social media comes into that stuff. What's your screen time like on a daily basis?
It's very bad, man. It's very bad. So I think if memory serves me correctly, I think I checked like 3 days ago, and on Instagram it's like 15 minutes or something like that. That's so bad.
That's amazing.
Well,
I mean, it has it's bittersweet, but I mean, from a mental perspective, that's good, because you're not, you know, there's this thing about people being, it's like in-home terrorism. Yeah, it's quite extreme, but you know, like if you're doing something at home and your phone pings, subconsciously there is an urgency to go and check that. So if you're able to overcome that and not be trapped by your phone and the algorithms and stuff, that's really quite empowering.
Yeah.
From a fan perspective and a music perspective, we need more from you, please, sir.
I understand.
Okay.
I get a lot, but yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, okay. I need to improve. I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. And like, how do you think that social media has impacted like the music industry?
That's interesting. I think it's amazing because it allows you to. I think just speaking of reach, like I can. Maybe my music can reach someone all the way in Australia. I've never gone to Australia, and I think just the sheer reach that social media can give you, kind of makes it like a level playing field. And for that reason, I think it's amazing. But then also you also have like the drawbacks of it. I think if you're like, I don't know, if you're like an artist that isn't particularly thick-skinned, for example, then the negative comments that could destroy you. And I think I don't know. It works hand in hand, innit? So it's great, but then at the same time, it's very detrimental to the grand scheme of things. So
with everything needs to be balanced, I guess. And if you could change anything about the industry at the moment, or if you could add something that would improve the way that sort of artists are found and the promotion that they get and the support that they get, what do you think that you could? What do you think we could change to make that better?
I'm not entirely sure. I think for me, what I'd like to see is more like platforms. So obviously, because COVID and stuff, I think more virtual platforms would be amazing to see, so people can showcase their talent the same way they would do in like an open mic setting or a showcase setting. I think for me, I built a lot of my fan base performing live. And if you could maybe repurpose a live showcase into something virtual and create a platform for musicians to come on and perform, I think that would be amazing. And in addition to that, if they could also get paid off the back of the virtual performance, I think that would definitely open up doors. I'm sure there are platforms that do that, but yeah, I think if they could do that and then add an element of storytelling like to it, I think something like that would be kind of dope.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We said that here first, so anyone with any ideas, don't even think about it. We got the rights to that.
Of course.
And if you had to choose, like, to just based on what you said about virtual performance and stuff, because we are experiencing this pandemic, do you think if you had to choose to do like at-home performances where you're in your comfort space, you can have your ambience going on, doing virtual performances every day, or being there up front on the stage with hundreds of thousands of people watching you, what would you prefer?
Nothing beats the actual live interaction.
Yeah.
When you can kind of feel and see and touch that. When you see people reacting to you, nothing kind of beats that.
Yeah.
However, I think one of the reasons why a lot of kids liked wrestling growing up was that feeling of, like you're seeing like a superhero, you're seeing something that idealized in a way. And I think if you're creative, if you can create almost like your own set in your own fairy tale, and kind of tell that story to an audience, I think it can be just as impactful doing that virtually than doing an actual live show with people there. So I think for me, I kind of side more to the people power and being in front of an audience. But when done correctly, I think the virtual is super powerful too.
I agree. I guess the transfer of energy on like a face-to-face or, kind of setting, that must feel incredible.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Have you been to a lot of concerts? You probably
a few, you can just feel it. Like as soon as you walk in, the energy that's in the building, and everyone's there for the same thing. We're all singing, the lyrics and the songs, and the artist has a stage presence. It just makes for a fantastic experience, in my opinion. I would prefer probably to go to a show than anything else, but times are changing. It's unprecedented times right now. We don't know what's going to happen. Okay, cool. And what would be like the best advice that anyone's given you as far as your music career? We will talk about All Winter shortly, but in terms of music, what's the best advice that you've been given?
I've been given a lot of gems over the years, but I think
something that stuck.
Be fearless.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So
are you though?
Fearless.
Yes.
I would say so. Like, I'm not scared of trying things.
Good.
I do take a lot of risks, calculated ones, but I would say I'm quite. Yeah, I would say so. I would say I'm quite fearless, or I've become fearless. But be fearless is something that a good friend of mine said. He's probably watching now.
Okay, cool.
So I'd say so. That's probably the best.
Big up the friend on the good advice.
Big up the friend.
And if you could give an up and coming aspiring artist a bit of advice, and hold on to the be fearless, or you could share it. What would you advise them? If I was going to break out into the music industry, what would you say?
You're a department store.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah. Or you have like, if like, like you've got Debenhams and you've got all the different departments within Debenhams. Yeah. Like, you are everything that you need. So you are the manager, you are the marketing department, you're the branding department, you're everything that you need. You are like the capital for the business. You're everything. So don't necessarily feel as though you need any additional, any extras. You are the department store. So you've got everything that you need, and it's just about tapping into all the different departments within that store to kind of present it to your audience. Good stuff. That's what I'd probably say.
I think, like, would you agree that at a certain level you kind of have to know yourself before you kind of put yourself out there? Do you think that you can go through this journey of making music and sharing it with the world while being in conflict with yourself? Do you think that there's an element of confidence and calm that needs to come with that to really project, like, or to be like the best artist that you can be, No,
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I think because that's why you've kind of got teams. You've got people to kind of help you do that. Okay. So if I'm a young man at conflict and at odds with myself and I don't truly know myself, but I've got a team of people that can help me, then that's cool. But equally, if you come into the thing where you kind of know yourself, then fine. But I don't necessarily think you have to know. I think at some point it would be good to know, because I think if you don't, you're probably going to encounter people that would be willing to take advantage of you and stuff. So if you're fortunate enough to meet good, clean-hearted people, then they wouldn't. But you don't necessarily need to like have that yourself, but you do need to either have people around you that know how to bring it out of you, or eventually get there. But you don't need to come into it needing to know everything about yourself, I don't think.
Well, that's reassuring. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
You know, I think, I don't know, perhaps, you know, with times changing, everything's very different. I think there's a lot of pressure on people to be a certain way or to conform to do a certain thing. So for you to you know, say, actually just, you know, just be yourself and have good people around you and just, you know, be passionate, I think that's really quite inspiring, actually. And hopefully some young people will take that and roll with that and be fearless, of course. So what's your biggest achievement so far over 2017, 2021, over the last 4 years? Has there been anything that you've done that you're like super, super proud of?
Musically?
Musically, yes, sir.
I think doing a UK tour, like a small tour, I think that was a very eye-opening experience.
Okay.
So we did a few cities. We did Manchester, Coventry, Leicester, and then we came back and finished in London. So we all took turns to headline in different cities.
Oh, cool.
And I headlined in London, and I think it was amazing for me because that was the first time I actually got to perform in front of my family.
Oh, really?
So they knew what I did, but they never actually seen it live in the flesh.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very difficult year. So for the year to kind of but for the build up to kind of be in London, and after everything that's happened, I think it was a good moment for me because the energy was just good. It was right, and I think releasing the EP a couple of days before and getting the feedback from everyone that was there, I think that was the first time I actually felt like, alright, cool, what I'm doing actually means something to someone else.
Yeah.
And I think that was the energy, and that was, I guess, the predominant feedback. And I think to date, that's probably, I'd say, my biggest achievement.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
I can imagine that must have been incredible. Crazy after party after that?
No, we don't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was just no, it wasn't. I think we did it on a weekday.
Oh, okay.
So we couldn't really go
that old chestnut. Okay. Did it on a weekday, school day?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe next time.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough. All right. That sounds good. So, talk to me about All Winter.
Yeah. So All Winter is the brand name. That's the name of the village, the tribe. That's the name of the crowd. That's the name of the supporters.
Great word, by the way.
Thank you. I stole that from you, quite like. But yeah, no. So that's the name of, that's kind of like the name that I give my audience. And I think All Winter kind of stemmed from something personal. So All Winter was almost like a mantra that I said to myself.
Okay.
And it was just to remind me that no matter the dark times, you can actually just kind of make it through it. So for me, it was just like all winner. And it was something I used to say to myself before I used to go on stage or do something that made me feel super anxious, just to remind myself where I was coming from. And yeah, it kind of just turned into the name of the whole group of people that I'm about. Like, so that's All Winter, or what you're doing, it just reminds me of All Winter. So All Winter just kind of turned into maybe like a name, but also like a way of doing things, where you're carrying yourself, way of thinking. And yeah, we're here present day, so the overall organisation is All Winter, and everything underneath it is everything underneath it. So All Winter is the department store.
Okay, cool.
We've got all the departments underneath it.
So if you had to choose music or fashion, what would you choose? Music.
Yeah.
Okay, another one. If you had to choose music or business in terms of helping people and in the parallel universe, other life that you're living, what do you think you would choose?
Oh man, I probably still would. I'll probably still choose music.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think. Oh, man, it's so fucking hard. Yeah, I probably would say music still.
Okay.
I would say, but it's a parallel universe, so I can technically.
I mean, technically, you can be the assassin businessman who does music on the sly, but I have to ask the question.
Don't give it away, man. Shit. Yeah, no, yeah, still do music.
Okay, all right, cool. I can appreciate that. All right.